So, as gamers, we all have our blind spots. One, literally, because we can't look up. And two, figuratively, because there are a lot of games out there. And sometimes we haven't beaten all of them.
Well, I mean, I don't look up because that's where the sun is, and that's a scary thing. I know this from Super Mario Bros. 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that guy tries to kill you.
Yeah, and he's pissed off. Why is the sun so pissed off?
I'd be pissed off if I was in the sky.
I think it's probably the deforestation happening.
Mm-hmm. And if the sun is high enough, then you get burned if you stay out in the sun long enough. It kind of seems like the sun just kind of sucks.
Interesting.
But my blind spot, speaking of Mario, is that despite owning a significant amount of them, I have not beaten most of them. There are a lot of half-finished saves across my lifetime of gaming. And I think it's time to correct that.
You haven't beaten most Marios?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard, because it's like, you see 120 stars, and it's like, I can't even count that high. Like, why should I do this?
Yeah.
I'll keep it at 6.
I mean, you're really just being like your hero and jumping from one game to another.
That's true.
Yeah.
He does jump to avoid responsibilities. But today, I decided to fix that. And so, I broke out my childhood Super Nintendo. I blew in to my official cart, making sure to get lots of extra spittle in there, because that's how you get it to play better. And so now, it's time to fix what I have neglected for so long.
Nintendo.
That's right, it's Super Mario World!
Oh, let's go.
A lot of memories on this screen.
This looks more like a blooper Mario Blurl.
Well, I was thinking about that. I wonder if it's kind of like a Kirby situation, right? Where they didn't know what color he was at the time, and so it just sort of it comes out in the game.
Yeah, I'm used to playing the Game Boy Advance port, so they changed all the colors to make it brighter,
Yeah, because it doesn't have a backlight.
Yeah, like, you guys are saying, like, oh, this looks weird, but this is just how you play Mario in Poland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this is just what games looked like back in the day. You just don't understand.
I mean, I didn't play like a Nintendo console until I was like in the middle of my teenage years. I'm like the actual European straw man who only plays like an Amiga and shit. So this is probably Mario. I don't know.
Yeah,
I like the ominous black information boxes.
Well, yeah. So it's interesting you say that. Knowing that the Yoshi's house one is the same color, I have to believe that all of those come from Yoshi, and that's just how he speaks, is in green.
Teok, I own all Nintendo consoles, but I haven't played a single game on them. I'm just waiting for, like, the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 ports. That's the only game I play.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I never bought any of them. I don't understand why they even sold them without that shit.
Yeah, that should have been the pack-in.
Yeah.
That should have been the game that that's the system
right,
seller.
That's the
honestly.
Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for, like, real gamers. Wii Sports is for, like, casuals, and, like, Heroes of Might and Magic is for, like, real gamers.
Yeah, like, they never put out Sensible Soccer for the GBA, and I don't really understand why they even entered the European market at all.
Yeah.
I think they should have called it Sensible Football, personally.
They just don't understand, like, the sober European thought. Hell, I bet if the fucking Americans made a soccer game, they would call it Crazy Soccer.
Yeah, I mean, this is also the time where games were localized a lot more for, like, the territory they were released in, and if they wanted to release this in Europe, they would have to put Mario smoking a cigarette all the time, and they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and, they can't make him Italian because we're still pissed off about that.
Yeah, that would never work.
Yeah, he can't be real Italian. He has to be fake Italian. That's why he's allowed to be a cartoon stereotype, and they haven't, like, brought him to trial.
Yeah.
Well, no, they do bring him to trial in Mario Sunshine.
Oh, that's true, but not for being Italian.
I think that's the subtext.
I mean, that depends on the localization, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, sure. I hate that guy.
Not a smart move, messing with a charge and chuck.
Yeah, and speaking of football, this is why the rest of the world does not respect football, and does respect football. If you get what I mean.
Yeah,
No.
like, maybe Mario would have been a hit if instead of, like, I don't know, charging Chuck, they put Pele in there.
Oh, that would have been cool. You know, they put all these, like, guest characters into Super Mario. I don't know why they haven't put, like, Pele. There's been a real person in a Mario game, right?
Yeah, Einstein, and Mario's missing.
Yeah, I was going to
Okay,
say Mario's
that's-
Missing is like all about real people, right?
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought about that one.
Yoshi's
There's
a
also
real
that, like-
person. And he's on the
Yeah.
Epstein list.
He was on that. That was Yoshi's Island. Oh my god.
Oh shit!
He's on the
Holy
P-Wing
hell.
logs.
Yeah. Also, speedrunners just act like this is such a big deal. I don't think it's that big a deal. I don't think it's that hard to jump off of the P-switch.
I mean, I don't think this is going very fast at all.
Well, yeah. I mean, they wouldn't be impressed by that. They're impressed by exactly the one jump. This is a slow play.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting that speedrunners think hitting a switch is so hard, despite the fact that that's all they do. Like, that's their entire
Yeah.
lives.
The Switch is very large.
No, buttons aren't switches.
Well, no. They have to hit the switches for the timing, right? The splits.
Oh, sure, the Nintendo switches.
If you think about it, a button is just like a switch, right? Like, you turn it on when you press it.
It's true.
If
Yeah.
speedrunners were actually hitting switches, I might actually watch HDQ.
Right.
Everybody has to play with the that big Xbox controller for the mech game.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, like, you know, as a person who owns, like, every Switch out there, but the controllers just, you know, they're too tiny for my adult hand, so I say if, like, Nintendo actually ever wants to go anywhere, they should just make their controller giant electricity extension cords.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do it like battle ropes, where you just fling it up and down.
Wait, battle ropes. Is this a sport I'm not familiar with because I only know American sports?
It's an exercise, so you wouldn't have heard of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's true. That's the other failing of the gamer. We can't look up, and we also can't exercise.
Well, right. Well, we can only exercise our fingers by playing video games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why our arms are so jacked, and the rest of us are just fucking beanpoles.
Right. Exactly. No, you understand.
Like, you know, I think we can all say, you know, every Otaku Trash Machine meetup we do, we're always in amazement at how we have the exact body shape of Wild Woody, except our arms are just fucking jacked.
Yeah, people ask if we're triplets,
Yeah.
even though there are
Yeah.
4 of us.
Working out the library by always reserving the communal Nintendo 64 that is a little bit circuit bent, but it's all we got.
Yeah. Plus, at the library, they let you rent games now. You can just rent them.
Yeah.
And so just do the same thing. Just check out a video game. We all 4 go in at once and check out one video game.
Yeah, hang out there 3 days a week just playing Barty Harvest every single time.
Yeah.
Getting a video game for free, that sounds a lot like piracy. I'm not sure whether I'm for that.
Well, you give it back to the library.
Yeah.
You don't get to keep it.
Yeah, but also...
I mean, I guess that's the... Well, I mean, it's just like piracy, right? If you delete it after 48 hours or before 48 hours, it doesn't count.
Yeah, but like, you know, every time I torrent something, I also give it back to the random Russian and give them a little thank you note.
Right.
That's what seeding is.
Yeah. That is kind of like seeding.
That's gross.
Me, I'd rather be seething.
Like the Russian.
I mean, yeah. That's got to be how Yoshi feels, given that Mario punches him all the time to make him stick his tongue out. He's like force-feeding that horse. Can you believe it?
No, that's fucked up.
Yeah, right?
I can't
celebrate
consent to this
man.
anymore.
You know what I think is really
Yeah.
fucked up? Like, Yoshi is like Mario's pet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But Yoshi also has his own pet, Poochie. Isn't that
Is
weird?
Poochie Yoshi's pet?
I think so.
Okay.
See, what I'm more wondering is where does this end? Does Poochie have a pet?
Yeah, it scares me. What if you found out that your, like, dog had a pet, like, horsefly or something.
I guess, like, do you consider in the idea that, like, dogs have fleas, are those pets? I guess maybe not technically, but you know, like...
I mean, some people definitely have very adversarial pets, but I feel like they have to be in some way lovable.
Right.
But I don't know, maybe... as far as I know, I don't have fleas, so I wouldn't really know what that kind of relationship is like.
Oh, yeah. You don't have fleas.
Well,
this
do.
motherfucker doesn't have fleas. Let's laugh
I
at
was
him.
I made very sure to say I'm not certain if I have fleas. I wouldn't know.
Right.
That's
You
even
would
worse.
know.
It's like not even like knowing your spot in samsara. You idiots. You fool.
Yeah, my spot is flea.
Yeah, when you come back, you'll be a flea.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to work your way back up to human before you can
Right. And that's
escape
actually-
the cycle and become a Buddha.
That's how you level up, is you become the pet of another species. So I try to be a flea that's the pet of like a guinea pig, and that's my one-up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but you're like a good flea.
No, it doesn't really matter, just as long as you're their pet and you die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have to die,
I mean, I would
though.
try to be a better flea, because maybe then you could, like, skip a level, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
that's
yes.
why the Red Hot Chili Peppers, that's why they got that drummer. He's actually their pet.
Yeah.
Right, also he's the bassist, but okay.
Well,
No, I'm pretty sure their drummer is their drummer.
Oh, okay. No, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
you know, bassists really are the pets of music.
Mm-hmm.
You just
I believe
keep,
it.
Yeah, you just keep around because you pity them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
Th-
like
they're happy
them
to be
doing
there.
the 4 chords is kind of like a cute trick they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bassists are easily some of the most, like, replaceable musicians in all of music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, instead of like giving them dog treats, you give them heroin.
That's right! Their natural diet. Would you take that away from them?
No,
Monster?
of course not.
Sometimes. Depends on how they behave.
Right.
It depends on how good they make that heroin look.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to write down on the little, like, notice when you're setting up the venue, like, all right, and for the bassist, I need the best black tar heroin you can get, but not any green ones.
Yeah.
Leaving the bassist in a car with a note saying he's actually doing alright, the AC is on and the backseat is full of horse.
Yeah. And he's listening to his favorite music, which is just him playing the bass.
Yeah.
He's just, like, doing, like, the
That's
4
actually
chord changes.
why people hear just the bass music, and they're like, that's why they're trying to get him out of there.
You
Right.
like,
Because
you
they're
know,
like, where's the drum for this bass?
you know how there's like TV for dogs? Well, I have like a business venture, and I'm bringing it out towards the people. TV for bassists.
That's just a YouTube channel of someone who reviews PV amps.
Or just like, the guys who just, like, go over all of the different, like, foot pedals they have for the different effects.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen,
absolutely.
there's a 2-hour block that's just the Seinfeld team. Like, they go nuts over that. They start barking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they start like, playing along with them on, like, the airbase.
Bassist enrichment is discussions about the pedal board of the bassist from Muse, and that's it.
Yeah.
I love that flower, because it's like, oh, you want the flower? You come get it. Come get the flower.
It's teaching you an important part of the video game, which is the P-switch.
Also, fake gamer for not jumping on all the turtles to get a bunch of 1-ups.
You know, I thought about it, but, you know, I'm playing an honest game here, right? The point isn't to min-max, the point isn't to speedrun, it's to have an honest discussion with this video game.
Yeah, you know, you are trying to, like, be on the fucking level field of, like, the debate playgrounds.
Yeah. And also, I want to point out in this level, I think something that's really interesting is the way that they kind of hide the timer from you, right? Like, it kind of blends into the background in a way that it gives a sense of tension that otherwise isn't there by all of the things trying to kill you.
Well, I mean, like,
Oh.
the whole point of Super Mario World is that it takes place in, like, the subterranean like levels
Right.
from the first game. That's why everything is blue and stuff.
Wait, the subterranean levels in the first game. Oh, like the underground. I see.
like level 2. Did you not get that far?
Right. It's a good question. I don't remember. I'd have to blow into the cart and find out. Iggy, he's got some trouble. People are always complaining about his wrecking balls, and you know what? It comes up here too. I'm not. Look, that's the thing about an honest play like this. I'm not ashamed of my mistakes. I had some issues fighting him. And is it the first boss? Yes, but I'm getting my sea legs back.
But do those balls look soft and like you could bounce off them? Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you probably spin jump off of them. The spin jump is the I guess, like, the Predator's way of dealing with cylindrical or circular enemies, right?
I love the idea of the spin jump. Like, it's such a beautiful mind to come up with. Well, if you were spinning fast enough, spikes wouldn't hurt you.
Yeah. Well, because you're kind of doing like the ballerina thing, right? You're kind of on your tiptoes, and it's like dancing on the head of a needle, right? Or the pin of a needle.
On the pin of a head.
Yeah.
It's interesting, Chirps, that you've been talking about trying to be in like an even playing field with this game.
Yeah.
But yet that boss was not, like, playing field was not even whatsoever.
No, it was very uneven, and that's why we had to kill him.
It maybe goes to show that, like, old Mario, he's not always fair. He's not always fair to you,
No.
And maybe, like, you shouldn't respect him like that. If he doesn't respect you, you shouldn't respect him.
Yeah, maybe that's why I haven't beaten a lot of his games, is I do feel that he's not doing fair play.
Also, he's blue.
But, with Yoshi's Island out of the way, I think it's time to call it for today. Thank you for joining us on this honest play of Super Mario World.
I'm looking forward to more of this, This could be, like, the journey that truly makes us famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is basically my journey to the West, but it'll be better because Mario's there.
Right, we've already recorded all 200 more of this series, so I'm looking forward to getting through it all.
Those balls that Iggy was throwing out, were those Rasengan?
Yes.
Oh,
fucking finally,
kinda like
now I
Kamehamehas.
understand.
Yeah.
It's all a circle. It's all a circle.
Like a ball.